I see something in my side mirror, so I need to go check out. I don't know what it is. I thought it was my stairs. Oh, maybe it is my stairs. Yep. My stairs came down. I hit a pretty big bump. Whew, glad that's all it was. But I saw something in my mirror and I'm like, oh, better stop and take a look. Well, I just got to my harvest host for the night and it was a bumpy ride today. I had parts of the road were just super bumpy and I had a lot of freaking train tracks that just were like bam when you went over them, even going super slow, right? You still have that trailer behind you. So I opened the door. Everything fell out from the top cupboard. And this olive oil was brand new and now it is all over the floor. Like, cleaning the stuff up is one thing, like just picking it all up, but having to clean up that olive oil was not in my cards for tonight. But I'm tired. Been a long day. This is our RV life, right? Good morning. It is day 6. It is day 2 of Route 66. Last night I stayed at a harvest host in Milford, Illinois. I'm right on the border of Missouri. And it's a lovely farm on 17 acres. Awesome gravel, level campsite last night. It rained this morning, just a gentle rain. It was lovely. The rain is cleared. It's not supposed to get sunny out today, but the rain is done, or should be done for the day. So I'm gonna go by the St. Louis Arch, see if I can find a place to park. It's also a national park now. The last time I was there was about 10 years ago. It wasn't a national park yet. So get to check another national park off my list. And then I'm going to make my way down to Rolla, Missouri. And I believe that's about halfway. It's just not quite to Springfield, Missouri. So I'll make it about halfway through the state today. I'm shooting for about 3 hours of drive time. Yesterday, that's what I was also shooting for, and it ended up being like a 5-6 hour day, which was a little long. It gets to be long. So I'm trying to do better on my planning so that I'm not feeling exhausted when I get to my campsite, because when you're tired, that's when things happen. And last night I slipped on my steps. Thankfully I was holding on to my railing, and I kind of tweaked my knee and I tweaked my shoulder. They're feeling better this morning, but last night I was like, oh man. But that's what happens when you're tired. And so trying not to get to the point where I'm just exhausted when I get to my campsite at night. So anyway, I have another harvest host for the next 2 nights in Rolla, Missouri. It's a very small campground with full hookups. So the next 2 nights I'll have full hookups. Tomorrow's just going to be a work day. I need to get some work done with Wi-Fi. So, all right, we're off. Let's do it. I'm in St. Louis at the Gateway Arch, which is also a national park now. It became a national park like 5 years ago, 6 years ago now. So I got my national parks passport stamped. We got a fun stamp up here and then the stamp for the book. And then I also got my Route 66 stamped. So that was fun. And I also got a free pin. Put it in my pocket. Super cute. It's got Route 66 and the arch on it. So that was a fun little bonus surprise. So now I'm gonna head back out of St. Louis. It was interesting getting down here and parking. I managed to take up 3 spots and it wouldn't let me pay for 3 spots, so hopefully I don't have a ticket, so I'll keep you posted on that. But yeah, beautiful exhibit. They have a great exhibit here for the arch, very interactive. You can walk through all sorts of cool little vignettes that just show the years and what St. Louis looked like and how the settlers came here. So anyway, I'm gonna work my way back out and get back on Route 66. They have cams up at the top of the arch, so you don't have to take the tram up to see the view. So that's facing east and facing west over the city of St. Louis. So it's kind of rainy and gloomy out today, so I decided not to go up in the arch. 1, I'm claustrophobic. 2, I don't like heights. So I figured, yeah, we'll skip the tram up there. So this is why I always try to park with room behind me, because this guy parked pretty darn close to me. I'm not sure I could get out, but I've got plenty of room. I can back up a foot or 2 to get out of here. But it's why I always try to take that back spot if I can, or the front spot. After a few wrong turns and a GPS telling me to go somewhere else, I have made it to the Route 66 State Park Visitor Center. Closed. Not super surprising. It is a Monday. Lots of things on Route 66 are closed. Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays. But sometimes they have a stamp outside, so I'm gonna go check it out, see if I can stamp my passport. Well, it's closed for the season, so bummer. Sometimes they have little stamp kiosks outside where you can, so when they're closed, you can still stamp your passport. But no such luck here. So they are currently trying to restore the twin bridge that goes over the river to reconnect Route 66. It was almost demolished in 2016. And then there's been an effort to raise money to try and preserve it and restore it so that it can be put back into use. So super cool. The interstate's right over there, of course, and the bridge over the river. My first blind side back in, and I own that like a boss, you guys. One shot. Now, I did use my backup knob to get me the rest of the way in, but I did it mostly all on my own. So, pretty proud of myself. Very first back in sight, you guys. Everything else has been a pull through so far. We did get awfully dirty today. Grateful for my sway bars because it was a very windy day today. But I have full hookups here, so get my water hose out and my modulator and my power. and we can get all hooked up. So what am I doing on the ground? Good question. My water hookup is way down under here, and I'm sure that's so that they can keep it going all winter long without freezing. So I had to get down in here and get the pressure moderator on and the hose hooked up. All right. Now we gotta hook the other end up to the camper, and I have city water, you guys. Tomorrow I can take a 5-minute shower instead of a 2-minute shower. It'll be lovely, because no matter what, I still only have a 6-gallon water heater. But that's all I need. Tomorrow is hair washing day though, so wish me luck. It'll be my first time in my shower washing my hair. Have I mentioned my shower is only 22 inches by 22 inches? It's quite small. So send me all the good vibes, the good shower vibes. So you all know how weather loves to find me. So I'm like central west Missouri. Like I am about an hour north of Springfield, Missouri. And all day today on my drive from St. Louis, super windy. I had a heavy crosswind the whole way. And no rain was really in the forecast. And I got here to my campsite for tonight. I'm here tonight and tomorrow night. Tomorrow's supposed to be sunny for once. I haven't really seen the sun much in the 6 days I've been on the road. But so there's quite the wind gusts. There's gusts up to 45 miles an hour. They definitely rock the camper. I have my stabilizers down. I'm still hitched up to the truck. So like all that should help reduce that. But there's a band like coming through, and there's tornado risks down here in Alabama, Louisiana. And then where I'm at, it's a severe thunderstorm warning. And so I've checked a couple different sites to compare notes on what they're predicting. And in a couple hours here, it looks like it'll be the worst of it. That's when the heavy band will come through. But then there's a low risk of developing tornadoes or straight line winds. And I'm like, of course there is. So I'm at a lovely campground. I have a tree line right behind me, like not close, but like, you know, not that anything would hit me, but like that's also where the wind's coming from. So I'm surprised the gust would, I guess, would be even worse if that tree line wasn't there. And then it's all wide open on the other side of me. And I'm kind of between two bigger rigs, but you know how you're kind of staggered in the campground. So they're, you know, they're not directly kind of next to me, but anyway, so my heart rate is up. I'm like, I can tell my heart's going a little faster than normal. And I'm just like, I know there's nothing to be nervous about. Like, it's going to be fine. And they do have a tornado shelter here, but you know, like, 107 for just sitting here. So that's pretty high. Normally I'm resting in the 80s. But yeah, I thought, you know, it's the middle of November right now. It's like November 18th today. So, you know, I thought I was past any of the severe weather, especially here. You know, I was more worried about snow, so that's not happening. I just have to chuckle when, you know, the bad weather always seems to follow me, and it's getting kind of old. It can stop. It can find somebody else to follow. I'm done with it. Good morning. It's officially day 7. I've officially been on the road now 1 week. Today is a work day, so I'm staying stationary today. I'm also starting to feel the need to slow down a little. So I spent 2 nights in Bartlett because I saw a friend, but otherwise I was just doing single night stays and then driving the next day. And I've been trying to keep my drives to 200 miles or less. Just because I know pulling a camper adds another level of stress. And you know, just a little more stress to your drive than just driving a car. A car I could drive, you know, I've done 16-hour days in the car before. But I can tell my nervous system is really amped up when I get where I'm going and I'm not sleeping well. And I mean, that could be a whole variety of reasons. Because it just kind of dawned on me the other day, I don't have a home anymore to go back to. Like, this is my home. So wherever I am is home. But it's just a little bit weird to know that I don't have somewhere to go home to at the end of my trip. So that part's starting to kind of settle in. So tonight I'm here 2 nights. And so what I think I'm going to try and do till I get to Phoenix is like do a single night and then do a 2 or 3 night and then a single and then a 2 or 3 until I get where I'm going. I just need to slow down. So I'm here for 2 nights. And then tomorrow I will drive to, I think I'm going to Joplin, Missouri. And I'm actually going to spend 1 night. And then I'm going to drive to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I'm going to do 3 nights in Tulsa because that'll bring me into the weekend. So I'm going to spend the weekend in Tulsa. And I have some sightseeing I want to do in that area. So I decided to spend 3 nights instead of just 2. Because there's a few things that I want to go off and see. So stay tuned on what those are. But yeah, I need to slow down a notch. You know, the saying slow is pro, right? And that can apply to so many things. The original meaning was driving, like slow down. No matter what the condition is, slow down helps. There's just this other layer of stress with everything is like where to park. I can't just pull into any old parking lot anymore. I made a wrong turn and I had to like turn around and get back to go the other way. And there was a grocery store. And I'm like, oh, well, grocery stores have big parking lots. That's where I'll go and turn around. And oh my gosh, it was actually kind of stressful because I thought they'd have kind of an open area towards the back of the parking lot where nobody's parked. And it was busy. So it was like a packed parking lot. So I had to go up the aisle, make a wide turn. And then I was having a hard time finding another aisle to go back down. So I went all the way to the edge. And then like this lady just stopped and was waving me. And I'm like, honey, I can't make that turn. You got to come. And then she just wasn't turning. And finally the car behind her backed up. And I think maybe that signaled to her like, oh, she can't make that turn. And so then she turned and then I had all the room to make my turn. And then I got out. But again, like in a car, it would have been a quick whoop, you know, and I'd have been in and out. So everything takes longer when you're towing. You got to slow down. I only felt comfortable. The highway was a 70-mile speed limit, but I only felt comfortable going 60. And I have an anti-sway bar, right? And a weight distribution hitch. But I can still see Minnie. She's making this micro movement behind me. But I could feel it in the truck. The truck was getting that little bit of sway plus the wind gusts. And then every time a semi comes up on you, you feel like you're getting sucked in a little bit, you know, as he blocks the wind. And so you're kind of overcompensating. So I had to learn how to like, you know, compensate for that when I saw the semi coming up next to me. And then the semis weren't going much faster than me. They were probably going 65. And then there was a few RVs that I passed. I was going 60 and they were going even slower. So then I didn't feel so bad that I was only going 60. And when I was on the interstate in Chicago, again, the speed limit was 70, but it's posted trucks, campers, RVs, 65. So I was doing 65 on I-90 and 65 on I-90 felt okay. But because there wasn't a crosswind that day. But that crosswind, and then there was heavy gusts too. The gusts, when I got here last night, I looked and the gusts were up to 45 miles an hour. So that's why I felt kind of miserable. Anyway, I'm going to go now and take a shower. I'm fully hooked up, city water, septic, power. So I get to take like a 5-minute shower, y'all. I hope that you're finding my journey interesting. I enjoy sharing it with you. So I hope you stick around. Be sure to hit that like button, the thumbs up. It sure helps the algorithm know that people find this content interesting. So I appreciate you. Thanks.